My name is Deborah DeWitt, and I want to say hello from deep in the heart of Texas, Austin, Texas. And I'm here to share with you a recipe today featuring Philadelphia cream cheese, which actually happens to be a secret ingredient in this recipe. It's a side dish, and it's my most requested side dish by my family and friends, and my favorite one because it's easy breezy and it's always a hit. What it is a papaya jicama salad, and it's tossed with a creamy ginger lime vinaigrette. And the creaminess comes from my secret ingredient, which is the whipped cream cheese. Let me show you all the ingredients, and then we'll go back and prep all this together. So it's a papaya. We'll use a half a papaya. We'll use a jicama, which is actually a root. It's very crisp, refreshing, adds a lot of nice juice and texture. And that's it on the salad. So then we go to our vinaigrette, the creamy ginger lime vinaigrette. The creaminess, like I said, comes from the whipped cream cheese. We also have the ginger, which will be a teaspoon of freshly grated ginger. It's going to be easy, I promise. 1 whole lime. It's going to be zested and juiced. And then our vinaigrette is made up of canola oil, would be a 1/3 cup of canola oil, a 1/3 cup of rice wine vinegar, which is like a nice subtle background, agave, which is a gentle way of sweetening without popping it out at you, just a teaspoon of agave, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. People ask, what is that? And that could be your secret hidden ingredient. And then at the very end, we'll blend that up together in the blender, and then toss it together with our jicama and our papaya, and then we'll garnish it. Garnish it with some chopped cilantro, and then some toasted pumpkin seeds. So come on back and I'll show you how to prep. So what I would like to do is just show you how to prep all these ingredients. Again, there's 2 main ingredients, our papaya and then our jicama. I know it looks easy, but just in case you have questions. These are our seeds that we want to get out of here to make and before we cut into our 1-inch chunks. So what I can do is either use an ice cream scooper, very easy, or we can just use a spoon. And we're just going to clean out the seeds, and they come out really easy. Just gently scoop it out, and then it has a soft skin around it. So what I want to do is put it face down and cut it, and then cut it again on each end, so I can have another level playing field, and just start gently taking off the skin. It's easier to use a knife than a peeler on this because it's quite juicy. So just follow your knife down. That beautiful fruit, so tropical, and it's so yummy this time of year. It's so juicy. We can again put it face down, and similarly as we do other melons or other tropical fruits, we're just going to go through the fruit, turn it, cut it in half, and then just kind of, doesn't have to be perfect, but just general 1-inch cubes. We'll do the same thing for the other side. But the jicama is quite heavy and has a coarser skin, kind of like a potato skin. So just don't rush, take your time. Again, cut off an end. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. Cut off the other end. And we'll have a nice flat surface so we're not going to be cutting ourselves. And then we can gently go through, take off the peel. Like this, like so. If you want to try to do a peeler, that's fine, like an apple. But I found that it's just as time worthy. Just take your knife. You have so much of this root that it's okay if you have a little thickness. So now we removed all the peel from the jicama, and then we just start cutting and breaking it down. And it does call for matchstick sizes. And so we're going to start cutting like pages of it. Put some aside, put it flat down, and then start cutting into our matchstick shapes. And that's kind of the general shape of them, French fry. So now we're going to blend together and make the creamy ginger lime vinaigrette. Put everything into the blender, whip it up, put it into our bowl, throw our main ingredients in there, toss it, put it on our serving platter, garnish, and voila, ready to eat. So like I said, we have the yummy cream cheese, and again, we can use my favorite utensil, which is our ice cream scoop. And this one happens to be a third of a cup, which I've already measured with water. And put it in here, and then go ahead and put in our rice wine, then canola oil, and then we'll add our flavorings, which happens to be, again, the ginger and the lime, the smoked paprika, a touch of salt, and I want to show you just quickly on how to grate this ginger. What we want to do is get to this point. So again, we can use a spoon, we can use a grater. The spoon is what I had to do on many occasions when I couldn't find a grater. You would think people have graters, but you can just take the back of the spoon and it just takes off that peel. And we'll go through and get all the peel off. And all we need is about an inch. This seems to be a recipe of inches, but this is what we're going to do. Get our peeled ginger root, have a microplane, and then go ahead and grate it until we have a measurement of 1 teaspoon. And sometimes we can just gently put it in, tap it in here. And ginger has a lot of heat and just a nice exotic element in this vinaigrette. Grate our lime zest and then squeeze it. So what I'm going to do is use a whole lime and then use the half lime to squeeze. And you want to stay away from the white, which is called the pith, and it gets really bitter. So we just want to stay with the color. Whenever you're zesting any kind of fruit, any kind of citrus fruit, just take off that color, whether it be a lemon or an orange, and here we have the lime. So again, zest of lime. And let's just go ahead and squeeze our lime into it. And for measurement purposes, it's probably 1 tablespoon. And a little salt and pepper, a little 1/4 teaspoon, and again, smoked paprika, which will have a nice little kick, and a little kind of fume essence. And last but not least, our agave, just 1 teaspoon. With a blender, it emulsifies really nicely. See how creamy it is? We'll just pour it right into our mixing bowl or our serving bowl, and I'm going to serve this one. So we'll toss our ingredients: the jicama, our papaya, and we'll just fold it together. And like I said, you can make this the day before. Put it away in the refrigerator. It'll still be delicious. The flavors will be melded, and pull it out and be nice and cool and crisp. And then to finish it off, we'll do a little garnish, which will be our cilantro and the toasted pumpkin seeds. I'm just going to chop this up really quick. So do a couple tablespoons of chopped cilantro. And these I had washed earlier and just using the top of the leaves. Just a rough cut. And just a sprinkle on a nice green garnish. And you can keep the pumpkin seeds whole, or you can crunch them up, but I'm going to keep them whole. And there we have our papaya and jicama salad with a creamy ginger lime vinaigrette. Let's try it. Mmm. Yum. Come on, have a plate.